Hello everyone, xHedra here bringing you episode 48 of Modern Skyblock 3D Parted, a mud pack by Emo Gamer. So in the last episode, I did set up a clay drying station right here. It's a very simple thing where you have a hopper putting clay into a drying rack that then gets collected by a hopper so that we can get those dried cracked brick. And the reason I wanted those it's really a dumb reason. It's because, as you've known, I like making islands that are in the theme of what they contain. So this island is going to be our Tinker Island. So for it to be Tinker, I wanted to use something that came from Tinker, and these dried brick are from Tinker. So I thought this would be a good setup for that island. It takes forever to dry those clay brick. Also, I did some small automation of Botania, but very low. If I'm going to do this, let's grab some glowstone. We always need more glowstone, so I might as well start making a bit more glowstone. So what I did is I went to my Botania setup, and I did something I should have done a long time ago. I put some bonsai trees right here, and the point of this, let me turn the ring of my off, is that at least it's dropping some wood and some sticks down on the ground that gets picked up, because I never finished automating it with coal. And at some point I was like, well, I don't really need it because I wasn't really doing anything with the setup, but I've been needing more and more and more glowstone, so I figured it's something I need to do now. See, like, I'm trying to dupe this glowstone as much as possible. And that's what's been going on. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is, it's back there, but I made a second Industrial Apiary. And finally, the last thing I wanted to tell you about before we get started with this episode is if I come right here and I say Tool Forge, I discovered something in my other playthrough. Although the Tool Forge shows to be crafted by 4 electrical steel block, it does work with anything else, and it's a good thing because electrical steel can only be made from chicken, which I don't have those chicken yet, or from an arc furnace, which is what I thought I was going to be doing, with either this silicon or this raw silicon. But I haven't unlocked either, so I would not be able to do this right now. Let me go to the chicken island, and from the chicken island, not the chicken island, sorry, the bee island, I'm going to go and pick up all of the pristine bees that we have here. Because we need to craft a couple of bees today, and I want to explain to you what we're going to be doing. So ignoble, pristine, ignoble. I just want the pristine one because I want my bees to survive as long as possible. Basically, the big difference between ignoble and pristine is that ignoble have a higher, faster chance of dying. Not taking the Valiant because I don't really know what to do with those right now. Marshy, I don't care. Sorceress pristine, perfect. Don't want the Oblivion right now. Modest, sorceress. Noble, just going through. Oh, modest. Another pristine, nope. Ignoble, pristine. I'm almost done. Sorceress and mystical. So this mystical is, all of my mysticals are ignoble. Just going to grab one to make sure I have one on me. So I want to show you today what we need to do for bees, because even though I would like to finish bees as fast as possible, bees is not something that you can just rush through. It's something that's going to take a lot of time. And unfortunately, there's really no choice about it, because what we're engaging into is something that's going to be very long term. Let me just put all of this here, start some more glowstone right here. And let's just check my apiary. By the way, that's the second apiary that I was telling you about. I'm not going to do the tropical right now. Let's remove this tropical also. And I'm going to get back to tropical just a bit later. And just to make sure that I don't mix them up with everything else, I'm just going to put them here for now. And I'm going to put the comb here. So let's quickly look at the quest so I can explain to you what's the problem right now. So if I look at bees, it seems like I'm doing good. And like the silk from bees, I need a silk wisp. And let me grab these 4 silk comb. And if I put these 4 silk comb in here, there's a good chance that I'm going to get 1 or 2 propolis. And from the propolis, see these silky propolis. And from those silky propolis, there's a good chance that I'm going to get a silk wisp, which will complete that quest. Also, these wax, I'm missing 2 wax, but technically in the last episode, what were the bees that I completed? I thought I completed the supernatural. No, this is this episode. So I got my Imperial Queen right here, but basically these wax are kind of easy. One is from my Fury. Where's my Fury? Where did I put my Fury? Infernal, Imperial, Steadfast. Wow, can't find. So this is my Imperial Queen, and I can't. What did I do with my other queen? I feel like I'm missing some bees right now. I'm just going through the whole list just in case I'm not seeing properly. Oh, I'm so dumb. I never finished crafting it. Okay, I just remember now. I never finished crafting it. So we were working toward a, not a Fury, a Sinister. And from the Sinister, we were going to make the Fiendish. So the Sinister needed to be crafted from a Cultivated and a Modest, or a Cultivated and a Tropical. So do I have a Cultivated Princess right here, or just the Modest Princess? Let me search for my Princess. You know what? Let's just search Modest. Oh, these are all... I hate when it's all encoded in the same thing. So this is a Modest Princess. And what else? Was it a Modest Princess? Right click, be breeding, Modest, and Modest, and a common and a Modest. No, that's not what I'm searching for. So I'm going to need a Modest with the Sinister. And the Sinister I'm going to get from a Cultivated and a Modest. So not the Modest Queen, some Modest Drone that I need. Where are my Modest Drones? If I have any, oh, some Modest Drone right here. So I'm going to need 2 Modest Drone, and this is my Cultivated Princess, pristine stock. Perfect, so let's put that in. So that's going to give me a Sinister Queen. Let's just remove that. Grab that one, and we're going to need the Nether upgrade for that. So where's my Nether upgrade? Well, my Hell Emulation upgrade. And for the element, you need the Nether wart for that bee. Well, that's why I was putting the Nether wart there. So this should be good. It should detect it. Yeah, it's detected. It's working. So we should... Oh, ouch. Don't be too close to that. It's kind of damaging. I'm going to put the Silky Propolis in. So technically, this is going to give us some Fury Comb or some Hellish Comb. I don't remember the name. Which should get us our refractory wax. So Silk... the Propolis we're going to get from some kind of comb. This Phosphor, we should also get it from the Hellish Bees. So if I look at Phosphor we're going to get right here from the Simmering Comb. And Simmering Comb is going to give us the refractory. And that's why we're making the Fiendish, because it's a 55% drop chance. So it's a good thing. I'm thinking even of making the Demonic. But that, if I do, I'm going to do in a time lapse because of the glowstone dust. And the Demonic is a Sinister with a Fiendish, which means I need to do that be in double, which is kind of why I wasn't planning it for this episode. And already first little type lag attacking us. Okay, so let's go right here, and finally a Silk Wisp and a Propolis. So that should be technically 2 quests. So we finished the Silk from Bees. Let's grab this loot chest, claim, and let's grab the Propolis right here, and claim. And now we open up some more quests. So first, let me show you this one, a True Beekeeper. So a True Beekeeper, the Apiarist sets allows you to get close to bees that would normally hurt you. Hey, that sounds great. I need an Apiarist hat, shirt, pants, and shoes, which is a standard armor. But let's just take a quick look at this. Apiarist. It's made out of woven silk. And woven silk is made out of 9 silk wisp in a carpenter. And a silk wisp is 60% drop rate from a silky propolis, which in itself is a 80% drop rate from a silky comb. We're going to need 216 of those. 216. So as you can guess, this is not going to happen anytime quickly. I'm going to need at least 2 or 3 full-time... Oh, I shouldn't be too close, sorry. It's going to take at least 1 or 2 full-time Industrial Apiary working on that. So this is what I call a long-term quest. If we get to it at the end of this episode, what I'm going to do is try and set up 2 Industrial Apiary with 2 of the Tropical Princess. Then, the other quest, so like I said, this one for Phosphorus, we should get to pretty soon. Wax, we only need the magic wax, which shouldn't be a problem. So the next quest that I want to complete is, well, it's hidden right here. But it's a true collector, which wants us to make a bee jar. So if you look at bee jar, for a bee jar, we need 1 unusual pollen. The unusual pollen is going to come from a supernatural bee that also gives us otherworldly comb. If I look at what the otherworldly comb gives us, it gives us the magic wax. So that's the 3rd wax that we're missing. But more important is the unusual pollen. So the supernatural is made from a charm and an enchanted is made from a charm and an eldritch is made from a mystic sorceress and a cultivated, which is why I grab all of those. And then if I come back, because I have to go back up the chain, we also need the charm. The charm is made from a cultivated and eldritch drone. So we have a lot of bee crafting, but that's what we need to complete the magic wax and complete this jar. And that jar is all that's missing from unlocking the chickens. This is tree breeding. I'm going to get into tree breeding later. It doesn't really matter for me right now. I don't want to get into this one right now. But the other one is the Alveary. I want to show you the Alveary. The Alveary is this. And we need 27 of these. Which is an impregnated casing, which is 8 wood with some seed oil. Not a problem. And 8 of these scented paneling. Doesn't seem like a problem. But look at this. Each one needs a royal jelly, and each one of them needs a pollen cluster and 2 beeswax. Royal jelly is from the Imperial Princess, and its drop rate is a bit low. So we're going to need 8 times 27, and on top of that, and there's a drop chance. So 8 times 27, and a drop percentage chance. So we're talking about, I'm just trying to find my numbers. I know I saved them somewhere. We're talking somewhere around, I think it's also 216, but I'm not complete. Yeah, so it's 216. So 3.5 stack of royal jelly. But we also need the pollen cluster. So the pollen cluster, how do we get those? We get that from an industrious princess. And an industrious princess comes from a diligent and an unwary. An unwary you get from a diligent and cultivated. So right off the bat, we need 2 diligent princess. Diligent princess are gotten from common and cultivated, so we're going to need 2 more common and 1 cultivated. And then we're going to need basically 1 industrial apiary making royal jelly for a long while, and another one making pollen cluster for a long while. So the good thing about the pollen cluster is that, if I remember correctly, these stringy comb, if I put in the oh no, they don't even give you beeswax. Do the propolis give us? Yeah, so the propolis have a good chance of giving us beeswax, please? No, not even. So beeswax might be a problem, but I'll be honest, I'm not very worried about beeswax because I feel we're going to get it as we're doing the other bees. So this quest is going to require 216 of 2 different type of product, and this one's going to require 216 of another type of product. And this Essence of False Life, which is the name of the quest, if I search for Essence of False Life, which is right here, it's something that needs soulful wax. Soulful wax is made from soul comb, and soul comb comes from spirit or soul. So another bee crafting level, one on top of the other. So we have a lot of bee crafting to do. And we're kind of limited, one, by the mutatron, and two, by the fact that I need to put a queen in here and break her down. So now I have my Sinister Princess and 8 Simmering Cone. Wow, 8. That's a good output. So let's put my 8 right here. And if I look at my Sinister now, I can mix my Sinister with a Modest to get a Fiendish. So let's see if I have a Modest drone right here. I should have some Modest drone. I got 3. So let's grab one, and I think I even have one here. Yeah, I already have one here. So I'm going to mix my Sinister with my Modest to make a Fiendish. Because anyway, I won't need the Sinister. The Fiendish is much better, so I don't see why I would need both level. So let's grab that. I'm going to throw all of these bees back in there. And then I can put this one back in here, which is going to hurt. And I'm just going to let it break down. But that one is going... Oh, see? Already phosphor and refractory wax. So that's already amazing because a second part of this quest is done. And if I come here, we got the phosphor. So that's another quest completed. So we had a lot of work to do, but we were able to complete like 3 in a row because of this. And now it unlocks the Alveary, which, as I told you, was 27 Alveary. The Alveary is a much better multi-block version of the Apiary that you can add different parts to in order to accommodate the many different species of bees. So I don't know if this is much better than the Industrial Apiary, but it doesn't matter because we have to craft it. So we're going to craft it. But it does unlock the True Collector, which is you can make a jar in which you can display drone. So the Bee Collector jar, why would you make that? You make that because if you remember my Imperial, let me just grab the Imperial again. Imperial Queen, and let's go around this way to try and not get too close to the one that hurts. If I put the Imperial in here and daytime up, oh, there's no daytime upgrade in that one. Let me go grab the daytime upgrade, which is going to make things better. So if I put my Imperial in here, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Imperial is one of the bees that when you're close, if I hit he, why is it not working? Maybe because it hasn't bred yet. So let's just wait for it to breed again. Oh, I got the effect. It's already gone. So it gives the effect every time there's a tick. See, I've got the regeneration effect. So I could take an Imperial Queen and put it in that one jar. And whenever I walked by that jar, I would get that effect. So it's kind of an amazing thing to do to be able to get the effect that you need. As I was saying, for the beeswax, we seem to be getting it from most combs, so I'm not really worried that we're going to have the 400 and something beeswax that we're going to need. Although that is, now that I say it out loud, a crazy amount to get. So, what I'm trying to do in this episode, I want to get my bees, I want to get my supernatural bee just so that I can get rid of the magic wax. And I would like, if possible, which I don't know if it's going to make sense considering time, I'd like to also get my second bee to be able to get the pollen. So the no, let's just, is it that one? No, acacia. These are the tree pollen. So let me just search the bee jar again. So the bee jar needs the unusual pollen, which is from the supernatural. So getting this will unlock the chicken because the chicken's going to take a long time. So I want to start it as soon as possible. And it's going to give us the otherworldly cone to get this. So that's the first one I want to start. And the second one I want to get done, if I have the time, Alveary, is the one that's going to give us the pollen cluster, which are the Industrious. Okay. Which means I need to make sure this is full, and I think we're ready to go. So, we're going to need a couple of common queen. Well, common queen or common princess. First they're queen, then they're transformed into princess. So we're going to use our sorceress for that because I have a ton of sorceress. So I'm going to be using 4 sorceress, and I'm going to be using 4 forest drone like this, and we're going to be making these common queen. So 1, and can I? No, I can't stack more than 1 princess at a time, but then I can put the next one and start that, put the next one. Once I have 2, I'm going to go put them in the Industrial Apiary. So let's come right here and take the Imperial out of this one. I'm going to remove the automation upgrade so that I can put the next one. And here, same thing. Oh, there's no automation upgrade in here. I just need to let this one finish, and it's almost finished. So I can wait for that one. And the moment it's finished, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put the... no, I'm not going to put the automation upgrade. I'm just going to remove the L emulation upgrade and push the common queen in it. 94%. This one I'm still waiting. This is taking so long. I wish that there were things to make this go faster, but right now I'm at the maximum speed that you can make these things go. So let's remove the L emulation upgrade. And this one, still waiting, still waiting. You know what? I just want to make my crafting. I don't mind. I think it continues at the same point that the B was. So let's push this all in here. And we'll grab all of those after. And while we're waiting, let's put some more simmering comb, and I'll put the dripping comb after. That's a common. Let's grab the second common, the fourth common, sorry. Then from that, I'm going to need a cultivated. So cultivated. The cultivated is from any common and any base. So let's grab another forest drone. And this is ready. Let me just see, is this one finished? No, this one's not finished. So the next level, let's look at our supernatural that we're making first. So the supernatural is made from an enchanted and a charmed. So the enchanted is made from an eldritch and a charmed. And the eldritch is made from a sorceress and cultivated. So I really need my cultivated first. So I'm waiting for my cultivated, and once I have my cultivated, I'm going to be able to get multiple drone. Although I say that, do I have any? Oh, I do have some cultivated drone left. I already have a cultivated princess. Huh. Okay, so this is going to be saving some time. Let's just look what I can do with my cultivated princess. I can make an unwary. Oh no, but that's a diligent. Sorry, I'm not looking at the right thing. So fiendish, derpious, eldritch, not the right thing. So I'm going to need a mystical right now. Do I have a mystical here? That's ignoble stock. I don't want... Oh, that's a pristine stock. This one's a pristine stock. So let's get this one going. So mystical princess and cultivated drone is going to give me an eldritch queen. While we're waiting for this. Yes, this one's over. So we can already break down the second queen. This one's also over. Let's break down the last queen. So now we have our 4 queen broken down. We're really rain, at least it's nighttime. Yeah, so I can go sleep it off. But that's kind of annoying. I've been, like I've said, been getting a lot of rain these days. But Bees has a solution for that. So pretty soon, rain is not going to be a problem anymore because we're going to be able to build something called the Rainmaker. So that's the Eldritch Queen. So if we go back to the Supernatural, the Enchanted is made from an Eldritch and a Charm. We have our Eldritch now. The Charm is made from a Cultivated and an Eldritch Drone. So we're going to need that Cultivated and an Eldritch. So we need to break down the Eldritch first. Oh, not this, but then the other side is the Charm. How do we make the Charm from the Cultivated? Oh, it's the same thing. It's just that one's the Drone, the other one... Whew, I'm kind of losing some bits in all of this. So we're pretty much done for the Supernatural in the branch of things to do. We're going to need the Industrious. So for the Industrious, we need a Diligent and an Unwary. Let's look at the Unwary first, because the Unwary is made from another Diligent. So if you look at this, I need a Diligent Princess here, and for the Unwary, I need a Diligent Princess also. So that's 2 Diligent Princess. These 2 Diligent Princess are made from Common and Cultivated, which is why I made these 4 Common from the get-go. You know what? Since I'm waiting for the Eldritch, I'm just going to go Common and Cultivated and say, give me a Diligent, and the next Common and another Cultivated. Whoa! I almost made a mistake. I always need to keep 1, because if I don't, if it's a queen, it doesn't matter. But if it's a princess, I do need to be able to breed them together. Whew, that was a bit worrying because I would have had to restart the Cultivated all over again. So now let's put the Eldritch. We have the Eldritch in one. We have the Cultivated in the other. We're just waiting for them to break down. Let's come right here and put that. And let's put always keep the comb going through for the wax. So that's a Diligent Queen that we're going to have to break down. Great. So this is moving along well. So while we're waiting, let's go craft that tool forge that I just told you about. Sorry. I wish I had a mute button so I could just mute those coughs really quickly. It's something I'm hoping to add to my setup in a nearby time. So let's grab all of these iron ingot, and it's going to work and it's intended. I thought it was maybe a bug or something that broke through, but it's just JEI is bug. It's not that thing that is bug. It's just JEI. So I don't mind using it, because if not, I have no idea how I would be able to complete that quest right now. So you put a tool station right here, the 4 block of iron right here, and the cedar brick like this, and you get the tool forge. So that's one tinker quest completed. Back, let's go to a true blacksmith. No, not this one, and that one, the forge. So basically, claim first and then back. So basically, if you guys don't know why we would want the tool forge, is that it lets us do the higher tier kind of weapon and tools. It's not that we really need them right now, but at least that's a quest done. It's a thing less to think of. Also, in between the bee breeding, I'm going to start setting up my tinker, because for the smart output, those one really need the seared stuff. So I'm going to grab one seared tank, one smeltery controller. I'm going to grab these 2 output, the basin, the seared brick. I don't need this, I don't need this, and I'm good with this. And in between waiting for bees, I'm going to do that setup, because like I said, we really need it to be able to progress. Let's go check the bees quickly first, because the bees are the most important part of this. We need to make sure that they're always going. That's only 2 cultivated drone though. How many cultivated drone do I have left? Valiant. Those are the last cultivated drone. So you know what? I'm going to put back these cultivated in, just to make one more drone at least. Oh, and my Diligent Queen has never been broken down, so let's put the Diligent Queen right here. And now we can go back to this and look at the next step. So if we go back to the supernatural one, for the supernatural we needed an enchanted, and the enchanted is Eldritch and Charmed. So I have my Eldritch, but I don't have my Charm, and the Charm is a cultivated in Eldritch. Okay, so I still need to wait for my cultivated, and I want to get an extra Eldritch drone, so I might as oh, everything's busy here. So now I'm at what I just told you guys about. I'm at the waiting step. So instead of waiting, I'm just going to start working on the next step. And another little lag spike. You know what? I'm just going to do a quick reboot right now, so that we don't have to deal with this, because we've been recording for more than 20 something minutes. Okay, so let's continue the tinker setup now that we've rebooted. So I'm going to put it right here, which means I'm going to have to be careful not to fall in the hole, although I do have flight. It's not like I'm worried about all of this. My favorite setup is the following. I usually prefer having the smeltery controller right here, and then I like having one drain here and one drain there. And this one, the one on the left, well, it doesn't really matter left and right, but I usually put the left as a casting basin, the casting table, and the other one is the casting basin. So we can close all of this, and I want to get this part back, so let's just turn on my magnet and break this. And now right here, perfect, break this. Now I can just go around and close one level. I don't need to make it super high, because in all honesty, this is not something that I'm going to be using a lot. This is not a mod pack that really requires a intensive use of tinker. We're going to use it just to make some different alloys, and then we're going to be pretty good with it. Oops, I shouldn't have broken that one first. So like this, and I have one mistake that I completely forgot that I need to fix. I'm going to put it right here, and the mistake that I forgot to do is I need a tank. So one seared tank in this corner, and this is now a valid smeltery by the fire right here. Let's just check on our bees. This one's still not finished, so we have time to go grab a little bit of lava to set it up, but this is a working smeltery. So let's grab these buckets, and I don't know if I have any lava ready, so let's just go check this quickly. Do I have any lava in here? Yeah, one bucket of lava. And this is making lava to put in here. So I don't really have... Oh, no, there's not enough here to steal from this. I was trying to steal it from this place, but I guess that's still not enough. Let me just grab a little bit of this. I'll grab 32 and I'll just make a little bit more lava. So you make those blaze powder block that I'm going to put in here to auto drop. And this should make some lava. Although it's going to go in here, and I don't know that I can grab it from here. No. You know what? One bucket's enough for now. Because technically what we want to make, we need 4 of these. We want to make some seared stone. Oh, 4's not enough. What am I thinking about? So basically, I'm going to show you how to make seared stone. First, we need to melt some cobblestone. So let's just put that in here and start it for now. And let's come back here. I hate that I'm growing my ferns, because the problem with growing my ferns is that at some point I'm going to have to put some new fern, because the double tall fern does not count as fern for the tropical princess. Okay, so I have enough cultivated drone now, so I can use my eldritch. What do I want to do? Not my eldritch. So I need 2 diligent. I forgot to make the next diligent. So I need another common and a cultivated. So another common and a cultivated, perfect, which is going to give me another diligent because I need 2 diligent. And, okay, so that one's done. And the next one is I want my eldritch to be with what? I need my eldritch to be with a, not an esoteric, an eldritch with a charm for my enchanted. Ooh, okay, so I'm doing things in the reverse order. So let's just, you know what, let's go back to the supernatural. I need the charmed, and the charm is made with a cultivated and an eldritch drone. So my cultivated and this eldritch drone right here is going to give me my charmed queen. And I'm just waiting for that queen, and I want to set those 2 up right now. Perfect. So those are the 2 that I'm going to start. Let's put the charmed back here and the diligent, the second diligent right here, and then we can continue. So I only took 1 cobblestone, but that was not enough. Let's grab some more cobblestone. And let's go back here. If I remember, and well, I say remember. Technically, the seared stone that you make, you can use to make the smeltery bigger. Okay? But that being said, how do you make seared stone? Well, you make seared stone in there by melting cobblestone, and then you use a casting basin, you put a cobblestone in it, and you pour some on top, which is going to make seared cobblestone. And you can just grab that, put the next one. Ooh, that's not the right one. I need seared stone, I think. Let me just search smart output. For the smart output, it's seared stone. And so I need some stones, not some cobblestone. Ooh, I'm out of seared. So it uses a lot, and I used the wrong thing, so I need to go back and get 4 stone to make seared stone and not seared cobblestone. I don't know if the cobblestone does work. Oh. I don't want this in my inventory. Let's just leave that there. Just a little bit. It's crazy how the sound of eating is so loud. But anyway, we're back here. So now this is more, so I can complete this, and while we're waiting, we can put some more. This is now going to finish setting up, and now we can make seared... What? Seared stone. Casting... Ooh, okay, this is heavier than I thought. It's basically... Oh, or not. I was going to say that's going to require a lot, but it's just that simple. I thought it was poured over something, but that's perfect. That's how you do it. I was just mistaking, like just mixing 2 things together. So I just need for this smeltery to smelt more cobblestone, and it's probably going to need to be filled a couple of times. So now, while we're waiting for this, one quick thing. If you see, I can put 9 at a time. Why can I put 9 at a time? Because this is a 3x3. And if I had 2 level I could put 18. If I had 3 level I, 27. Or if I made it a 7x7, I could put 49. You basically can put in the smeltery the number of block that would fit. So after this one, we should be able to, let me just check on my bees because the bees are more important. Perfect, my charm's finished. Like I said, my bees is the priority because that's what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm going to put the otherworldly comb in there because we might get the wax that we're missing. And now we have our 2 eldritch. So let's go back to, oh, not the smart output, sorry. Let's go back to the supernatural queen. The supernatural queen needs a charmed. The charm is a cultivated and the eldritch, which we've done. Perfect. And the enchanted is an eldritch and a charm drone. So an eldritch right here and a charm drone right here, which is going to give us our enchanted queen. And now we have our charm princess and our enchanted. We're going to get our enchanted drone right now. Let's just put that immediately in there so that it prepares as fast as possible. So that's going to be for our supernatural. So we're almost done for the supernatural. I can already put the, well, I'm not going to put the charm in it because I'm going to look at the industrious first. Because now we need to start working on the industrious. And for the industrious, I need 2 diligent and 1 2 diligent princess. Perfect. And I need 1 diligent with a cultivated drone. So 1 diligent with a cultivated drone to give me an unwary queen. And 1 diligent with an unwary drone. So now I need to break down the unwary drone. So we're basically going to get our 2 top bees probably very much at the same time. So this is done. We just need to wait for those to be ready. While we're waiting, let's not waste time and just come back here and get our 4th and final piece of seared stone. I'm going to try to keep this full as much as possible. And that's going to give us our smart output. So while we're waiting for that, let's go make the smart output since we have the ice already. So it's 4 seared stone and 4 ice. So 4 seared stone, and where are my 4 ice? Where did I put? Right here. Oh, not you. I don't know what I grabbed. 4 ice, and I grabbed something in here, but I don't know which one it is. So let's put my 4 ice, and that's going to give me my smart output IO, which is now detected, and the smart casting is going to go in here, and I'm going to grab that quest. So we're doing really well in the quest, and I feel that we're getting better progression now. We're back on track and things are working pretty well. Let me just grab, do I have, yes, I do have a hopper. So why would I want a hopper? Because there's, oh, wrong direction. There's one thing that you can do with Tinker. You can put a hopper into the brain. So I don't like that I have to put it, that's a mob. So I have an unlit place somewhere. I don't know where. I'm going to have to find it, but it doesn't matter right now. I don't know if it works from the top. So if I put it on top, does it work from there? Yes, it does. Perfect. So you can force fill this, which is going to make more seared stone, which is going to resolve our situation because we can make this bigger with the seared stone. Our enchanted princess is done. Let's go see. Let's put the outerworldly comb in here. Still no magic wax, so we're not really lucky for that, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to end up getting it at some point. And the enchanted is for the supernatural. So since we have that, let's just get that done. So I'm going to put the charmed and enchanted to get our supernatural queen, which means we're going to be able to finish the jar. Hopefully going to be able to finish the bee jar today. So let's put that right in here. And I'm going to go back. I'm trying to be careful with the cables. I haven't rearranged the island the way I wanted it, so I have to be careful not to get killed by this whole mess. So now I have... Oh, I only have 1 diligent princess. Why? Oh, because I already made the unwary with the other one. Whew. So now I'm going to need the 2nd diligent princess and an unwary drone to make the final bee, the Industrious Queen. And the Industrious Queen is the one that we need for our Alveary setup. Let's go. This is taking forever. I'm not liking this. Let's go back to bees. So technically, magic wax we should have gotten already. Oh, we did. We do have it. So that's it. Another quest completed. Let's get rid of this and let's grab that quest. Telling you now, like the bees, they take a while to make, but then they all start falling into place for the main things, but the final one are going to take well, not forever, but much longer. So the Alveary, I explained. The Essence of Life, I've explained. I haven't explained tree breeding. I'm going to get to it in a moment. Let me just check on my bees again. Perfect. So this one's ready. So now let's go back right here, and we need a Diligent with an Unwary Drone to get an Industrious Queen. And that should be everything that we needed for today, for this episode. So let's put all of these in here. I don't want to keep any of those for now. I just want my Industrious Queen. Then I'm going to go put on the other... Well, no, this is the side of my Supernatural. Oh! Oh, wow! I got my Unusual Pollen right off the bat. So I don't really need the Supernatural anymore for now. So let's put the Industrial in here. And I'm going to automate the that because might as well to create as much as possible. Let's put this comb in here. And all of these comb I want to input and be able to process automatically. So I'm going to have to make a setup for this. Let's get rid of one of the two Unusual Pollen. Let's get rid of those two bees because the Supernatural we only really needed for that and for the wax. And we already got that in the one episode. I'm really happy at how lucky we got with that. Although with the 8 production upgrade, I'm guessing it's making everything easier. So bee jar. This is the bee jar. And we can do this. Et voila. And this is super important because quest completed. Bee jar completed. Let's collect this. And now we finished the Creating Life and the bee jar, which means if we go in the quest book, chicken is unlocked. Let's claim that, which gives us the bee trophy. I'm going to put it down right here for now, just because I don't know where I'm going to put it in the end. But we now have unlocked the chicken quest. And the reason that was important to me, chickens, even though I'm feels like I'm skipping some step, I need to do chicken. Like, if you were playing this game, and unless you wanted to really do the quest in super exact order, you want to rush the chicken as fast as possible. Because the chicken are going to give you diamond chicken, emerald chicken, redstone chicken. It's one of the most overpowered thing, and I love it. But it takes a long while to breed the chicken. And you know what? The chicken are the same as the seed. They have a 10-10-10 principle when you can get better chicken. So, if you look at Chicken Quest, the first thing it's going to want us to make is catching chickens. The chicken catchers allow you to turn chickens into item. And it is amazing. So, chicken catcher, right here. You make it from an egg, a stick, and a feather. Do I have any egg? Oh. That might be a little problem in itself. Because I've gotten a couple of eggs, but I never thought of keeping them. Oh, I kept some. I've just always been basically throwing them on the ground the moment I got them. So let's grab a feather and another lag spike, but we're almost done with today's episode. One thing I'm going to do, in between this episode and the next, I'm going to try and downgrade one version. Because I was talking with someone on the forum, on the Discord, and he said that in the end he was having so many lag problem like I did that he ended up downgrading one version. And since he's downgraded back to the previous version, the only thing added I think was Tomcraft. There wasn't that much more. He says he's been playing this a lot, like it's been going a lot better. So now we have the chicken catcher. So let's get out of here, and that's the only thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go check the bees. So right here we have this bee, the Industrial Queen making pollen cluster, which is what we need for the Alveary, and we have nothing here. I kind of forgot to put the, not the supernatural, the Imperial Queen back. So I need to have the Imperial Queen in there to be producing the Royal Jelly, because I need Royal Jelly as an equal part Royal Jelly to equal part Pollen Cluster. So I want to get those two running. Like I said, the other thing that we need is a Silk Wisp, and I do have 2 Tropical Princess. Right here, Tropical Queen. So in this episode, I'm going to do a time lapse, and I'm going to create 2 more Industrial Apiary. I'm going to make both of them with the same principle, with 4 lifespan upgrade, with a light upgrade, with a 8 production upgrade when I get the Royal Jelly for it. I'm not going to have an automation upgrade. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pulling from those, and I'm going to be pushing back the queen into it. The queen and the princess and the drone. And the reason I have to do it this way is that I'm going to need the jungle emulation. And the other option is not to have a light upgrade, which means it wouldn't work during the night, or not have a lifespan upgrade, which means everything would go faster, slower. So this is not ideal, and that's not how you want to get it to work. So that's what I'm going to be doing in my time lapse, just setting that up. And next episode, we're going to do another bee, which I think is going to be our final bee. We're going to be making the soul bee to be able to create the essence of false life. And after that, we're going to have all of the bees that we actually require. And I might be making one more bee, although I can get this from chicken, because there's going to be a glowstone chicken. But there's also a bee called Demonic, and this one has a 15% chance of getting new glowstone. So that might have been a good bee to get. I just depends on where my chickens are at. So the next episode is going to be making the last bee for the essence of false life, and if we have time, tree breeding. The only thing I want to tell you guys about the tree breeding right now is, as you remember in 1 or 2 episodes ago, I was talking about these sapling and how these saplings were a problem. Because this is a birch sapling, this is an oak sapling, and this is a spruce sapling. Which, we need a silver birch, and we need a apple oak, and we need a red spruce. Ing, one of my subscribers, left a tip and trick that I could put them in the crafting station to change them into the other type of sapling. Unfortunately, that's something that was disabled. But I did some research, I looked around, and I found a different solution. Basically, if you take a bee analyzer, well, a portable genetic analyzer, and you put the birch sapling into it, it becomes a silver birch sapling. And if you put an oak sapling, it becomes an apple oak sapling. If you put a spruce, it becomes a red spruce sapling. These are the 3 basic sapling that you can make with the analyzer. Let me put the analyzer back there. And then from that, you can grow those trees so that you're able to craft them. I'm not going to breed any trees today, but I just want to show you one trick from that. I'm pushing the episode, like always, because I want to put so much information, but we made a grafter. What we want is an industrial grafter. And that's why I made an extra power module way back then. Where's my grafter? So this is my grafter. Let's go back here. And I'm going to need 3 diamond. 1, 2, 3. Now let's do this right here. So I want an industrial grafter like this. Oh, I already had diamonds. And this thing needs power. And it needs a lot of power. So I don't know if you guys remember, back here I had this energizer to reload things. Well, I'm going to grab that, and I'm not going to keep it here because it doesn't charge fast enough. I'm going to bring that right here, and I'm going to use it connected to this. So I'm going to put this as an output, and I'm going to put the energizer right here, and I'm going to be able to recharge things much faster this way. I'm just going to wait a little bit. I want a little bit of charge in there, and grab all of this. Well, 62 charge, I'm going to say is enough. It's not enough. It's really not enough. But just to be able to show you what I want to show you, it's going to be enough. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to put this apple oak sapling. And I'm going to put the apple oak sapling here and grow it. And if you use the industrial grafter on it, it's a 100% chance of sapling. So by doing this, I now have 25 oak saplings. I'm going to put the silver birch sapling. That's not what I wanted to do. And I'm going to use the bone meal and again the industrial grafter. And now I've got a crazy amount. So I don't need to analyze them anymore and lose any of the honey from it. So that's how you get those sapling. I could have grown the red spruce also to show you, but I just basically wanted to give you an introduction. And I don't want to give you much more than that because that's something we're going to be doing in the next episode. We're going to be completing that walnut quest, which should be fairly quick and easy now that we know how to get the sapling. And I'm going to show you how to breed, crossbreed those things. So bees are ready. I've told you about the time lapse. I've shown you this. Oh, one last thing I want to show you. Is there a chicken somewhere? Huh. There won't be a... Oh, yes, there's a chicken right here. So here's what the chicken catcher does. You click, and you get a chicken like this. So this is going to make collecting chicken really much easier. And in the next episode, once we've done the the last bee, and we've prepared all the setup, I'm thinking of going to the nether. And the reason I'm thinking of going to the nether is that for the chicken, we're going to need a nether chicken. Oh, it doesn't say here, but if you go to nether chicken, it's one of the basic chicken, and you need it to craft other kind of chicken, to breed with different kind of chicken. So breeding chicken, the nether chicken with a yellow chicken is going to give us the glowstone chicken. With the ink, it's going to give us the black quartz chicken. With a sand, it's going to give us a soul sand. With a redstone, it's going to give us a glass chicken, lava chicken, like all of these cool chicken. The nether chicken is really important, and it's one that you cannot breed. It's one that you have to grab in the wild, and that's in the nether. And while we're in the nether, we're also going to be grabbing, sorry, a blaze spawner, because now we can fly. So there's no problem for us to go to a fortress and find a blaze spawner. And with the blaze spawner, we're going to get all the blaze rod that we want. We're going to make sure that we can use it to the maximum of its potential, because I want to put a lot more ender chest and ender tank everywhere, so that's going to resolve my problem. So I think that we're now progressing at a very fast step, and we can just continue bouncing from bees to tinker and chicken also. So back in the corner there, I'm going to be making another island also for the chicken, and that's where we're going to be putting the chicken. So guys, I hope you've been liking the number of episodes that I've been putting out lately. I've been having a lot of fun making them. All my research is done, and I'm getting a lot of progress toward completing this pack. We're not done, but we're getting closer. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now!